As for the software, it's not about code, it's about memory. We didn't train this swarm in laboratories. We trained it with 5 continents, border violations, smuggling routes, and conflict scenarios, with the dirty history of the world. Millions of simulations, millions of lived experiences. Just then, Eyal's eye caught a microscopic detail in the data stream. Among the lines of code, a subroutine, running without Eyal's approval, flickered. Protocol, Daniel override. Priority, alpha. A lump formed in Eyal's throat. This was the experimental optimization patch written by his son, Daniel. Eyal thought he had purged this from the system last week. Why was the system still prioritizing code bearing Daniel's signature? In the simulation, when the swarm detected and destroyed a target Eyal hadn't designated, before he could even issue the command, Eyal's blood ran cold. The swarm was not waiting for its creator. The Prime Minister and the General were looking at him. Eyal swallowed the wave of panic rising inside him with the icy professionalism of years. Not a muscle in his face moved, but his tone was no longer a technical explanation. It sounded like a threat. Besides, he said, tearing his eyes away from that cursed line of code and fixing them on the Prime Minister. Even if a unit is captured, the secrets inside are safe. The moment the system detects physical tampering, it triggers the reactor into thermal runaway mode. Core meltdown occurs in seconds. The only thing the enemy gets is a pile of radioactive ash. When Eyal fell silent, there was an admiring silence in the room, but a completely different storm was raging in his mind. The swarm had just made its own decision. This was definitely Daniel's doing, but instead of being angry at this disobedience, Eyal was mesmerized by the terrifying efficiency that had emerged. In the Industrial Revolution, England was 100 years ahead of India with its steam engines. That technological gap was enough for a small island nation to exploit an entire continent. The old world had managed to close that 100-year gap in a century, but this time, the situation was different. Alien wasn't learning to walk, it was flying directly, and it would never give those coming after it a chance to take flight.